In today's news bulletin, we have wow news of the week with the new 9.1, 915. We're professionals. Hello.
You gotta love the. So we have a brand new news roundup, new news. That's not right. Not much on the PTR.
A few things.
Yeah, a couple of things, pretty cool things, but not major impactful things, which does bring me to believe that they're pretty much rounding up 9.1.5.
I think so. I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
But they haven't really touched on too many things. I guess sounds okay.
We'll wait and see. I still believe 9.1.5 will be released after the 15th of October. I'm putting my beans in 19th of October. That being said, let's look on what's happened for the latest patch notes, and we shall start it off with the Nightborne race, because this is like the thing.
That was cool.
Yeah, man. So the customization option now for Nightborne has a hand glowing effect, which is pretty effing awesome. Now the thing about Nightborne, this is more related to like all of the new customization options for Nightborne, and I believe what was it, High Mountain Torrents? Those were the two ones that were
Void Elves.
Void Elves. What? I think not Void Elves, man. The Light Force Draining, man. That was the Light Force Draining.
But they did. Yeah. They did Void Elves as well, right? Right.
Well, the thing is, this is the coolest part of the actual changes, or say additions to the customization, because I don't think there's any other race in WoW that can have glowing hands. Now, granted, the glowing hands are not as prevalent as what's her name, Talisra.
Talisra, she's the leader.
I think she's the one who's at the beginning of the leveling campaign for Nightborne when you pick a new character.
But I think
it's
like
not as prominent.
Suramar guards and NPCs usually had a lot more customization options. And I think this is probably where this all started, because if you did the obviously if you did Suramar, but also if you did what was the Court of Stars and whatever.
The Court of Stars. Yeah.
The NPCs there had like a lot more pizzazz on them, right?
I mean, that's the thing. They couldn't make it like all of the NPCs, right? So, but it looks effing cool.
It's pretty cool.
And it's another reason for you to not mock any of those gloves. So, yay for Nightborne players. I know I am one. All right.
Fingerless gloves.
Let's see what else. Anima conductor. Anima can now be channeled to all unlocked location each day. Was once each day. Do you use that?
Yeah.
Does anybody use that?
It's you get like another currency called offerings, which you used to buy like transmogs and mounts from the Covenant, and I kind of wanted some from Venthyr Necrolords, but it's so many. You need like 5,000, and you get like 3 or 4 per rare per day. It's like
all right. So from somebody who never touched this, is this a good change?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. That means that if you actually are interested in following, this is mostly for people who get those cosmetics, because you want those cosmetics, and I mean the patch is nearing its end. There's not much to do except farm transmogs and mounts probably. So being able to like farm that specific currency faster is pretty good, because you have like what 3, 4, maybe 5 locations that you can channel to. So yes, I mean this is again killing the unnecessary grind, so it's good.
That's how we speak, man. Now I was going to move along to the mage changes for the legendary
there was no other thing on that.
I mean, okay, we can talk about pit battles, and we can talk about
I actually have no idea what that means, because I haven't done. But then again, they're reducing the cost. It's the same as the previous one. They're reducing the cost of things that you have to farm for, so it's less grinding. So I guess that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Well, you remember, I don't know how much you remember, but in PvP, mages are a little bit self-sufficient, I would say.
I saw the fat shields.
They kind of were all the time. Even like recently, SkillCap made a tier list video with some of the best specs in arenas, and they did mention that mages are really sturdy and durable. And well, what do you know? Well, coincidence or not coinkydink, their legendary Triune Word was nerfed in PvP. Like it was 50% absorption, now it's 35. And I believe at some point it was even bigger. I think at the season 1 in Shadowlands.
No, I think that was kind of always the best legendary. And I mean, okay, mages are they're pretty good in arena, so I'm a little bit conflicted on that, because on the other hand, it's a tanky thing that kind of counteracts the burst meta, and burst meta, I mean, maybe burst meta is fun, but this kind of burst meta is not cool. So I'd rather them nerf the kind of damage that would force mages to have that kind of legendary on them, maybe.
Well, I'm pretty sure a lot of the mages will be pissed about this, but I think like the more experienced ones will agree that they were a tad bit too tanky for a cloth wearer. But moving along, we have improvements for professions. So all you money makers out there, is it still money making to have mining and all the jewel crafting?
I don't know about mining, but I know with leatherworking you can craft the mail and leather legendary armor pieces.
Well,
that some people make a lot of money for, because I know that that's where my money went to, you bastards. It takes so much to actually farm those, so
it's like basically it's increased by 20% and 10%. Everything is being like increased. Jewel crafting essence drop, you know, increased by 10%. Like a silk drop by 20%. Quality of life, I would say.
Yeah, it's like I mentioned, it was a little bit too much grind. Because okay, fair enough, grind is always supposed to be a part in MMO, but when you have let's say it wasn't particularly hard to grind the mats for leatherworking, but if you had to grind the mats for leatherworking, the Anima power, the offerings, the renown, and when you add all of them up, it just becomes like too much.
I mean, it's all part of the whole discussion on everything that you have to do in WoW, all the chores and stuff. So I think it's a good change overall. This is like all of these new additions on the PTR kind of smallish, but they kind of add up to the grand scheme of things with all of the updates that we talked about on the previous weeks as well. So overall, pretty good. Now, one thing we haven't touched upon is they actually introduced the Soaring Spell.
Oh my god, that looks
mount.
so good.
Oh man, this is amazing.
That looks like that would be a mage mount that I would.
I mean, if you.
Fuck off.
Oh, Kiki, let's see the character.
Mount animation.
Yeah, that's the when you jump. This is when you jump.
Oh, no, it's not the mount. That's when you jump.
Yeah,
Get
when you
the
jump.
fuck out. Yeah. That's actually pretty cool.
It's very nice, very nice. And
it's
also,
not a store mount, is it?
No. This is this you'll get this from the. I think it's linked to the tour of the tower achievement. So basically, you will get this if you make like all of the challenges in the mage tower. So all 7. So you get the mount after you complete all of the challenges, all 7 of the challenges.
7 challenges, holy shit!
It's like all of them from the mage tower, and I do believe like apart from you getting all of those tier 20 armor sets, for your specs or whatever, I think this is a cool addition to it as well.
This is probably one of their best mounts, like animation wise. I think it's. The pages are glowing, man. The text is glowing. Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's super detailed. I mean, this is basically a mount that has been voted, but I don't know when was that poll with the community mounts and stuff, because we got the tree, and this was another one as well. So they're putting this in.
I think there was a bug as well from Arnold, if I recall.
Man, fuck the bugs, man. We don't need no goddamn bugs. This is way cooler.
It's way better.
In a nutshell, this was kind of it for this week's updates on the PTR. I think,
short and sweet.
Yeah, but very, very short, I believe. Maybe the big things, like I'm still expecting, a lot more when talking about tuning to conduits and talent and changes and updates. They kind of did that like 2 weeks ago, but nothing too major. So
yeah, like the big things are probably the ripcord being pulled and a lot of quality of life adjustments for the resources. So if those things are out of the way, then the patch already becomes more enticing. I personally would have wanted a little bit more class tuning and spec tuning to like stuff like an enhancement, frost decay and stuff like that. But I guess hopefully we'll get that in 9.2. But like Marcelian said, this probably just signifies the fact that they're probably done with most of the testing for
yeah, it's interesting that even if they don't have much, they're probably like thinking, okay, we have to now we set up a trend, we have to post stuff every week, so we maintain this communication going, and it's fair game, I would say, because this is something that we haven't, like, I can remember past PTR builds in Shadowlands and in BFA. There was no updates like this, man. And the replies to feedback on forums is also increased. I cannot praise them enough for this. Not in the sense that, oh my God, they're so good at communicating, but in the sense that they're back to talking with players and actually interacting with a lot of the stuff that is being said on the forums and the bugs that are being submitted and so on. So this is good. They're maintaining this. I don't know if this will last, but so far we kind of closing in on a month now since they started this whole new look on feedback and posting stuff on Twitter and replying to stuff on the forums, and it's a month. They managed to keep it up for a month. Now what's missing here, is the lore, and Ian has a coaster stock. So we need those back, and no made up questions, no selective questions. You know, put in the real questions in, okay? But that being said, this is all that we had for this week. We'd like to first of all thank the Patreons for helping support all of the content here, like, you know, the podcast, these on cooldown, and yeah, class guides and what else? TLFs, of course, TLFs. You know, tomorrow I have a brand new TLF. So thank you, Patreons, for all of the support. Cannot do it without you. And also want to thank you for watching the video. We shall see you tomorrow with a brand new TLF, and on Sunday with a brand new guide.
Yeah, come check it out.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
I've been loving it then, I still love it now. Still, I play WoW. Still, I play WoW. Getting better every day, let me show you how. Cause still, I play WoW. Still, I play WoW. It's getting harder to stay, but at the end of the day, it's a guilty pleasure, so just log in and play. Whether it's classical retail, I'ma do a /bow. Still, I play WoW.